Celtic in their world famous green and white hoop shirts with no numbers on their back, only on their white shorts. And without a doubt, the European Cup is on its way to Glasgow.
Hail, hail, and welcome to another episode of the Rhebel Phodcast, coming to you from the Balcony of Freedom in downtown Melbourne. We're taping this one on a Wednesday evening, and as usual, I'm joined by my co-hosts and nephew, and who's turned up on time this time, as opposed to his invitation to the Homeboys Oz expedition on Friday night. Callum, welcome back.
How you going, Pre?
And we have a guest on the show, the second time making his appearance on the Balcony of Freedom. It's your father, so you need to be on your best behaviour. And legally, that would also mean my brother, Francis. Frankie boy.
Hail. And that's the reason why he's on time, because I drove.
Right. Gentlemen, let's get into it. We've got a lot to get through because we actually haven't done a show for quite some time, though we promised we would do every sort of second week. But anyway, let's not.
We're busy.
We're busy people. Let's quickly reflect on the first European match, the game against Benfica. What did we think about it? First of all, who actually saw that game? Put your hand up if you saw that game.
I did.
Okay, Frankie.
No, I didn't see it. No.
You got up that, and then when
what happened there?
Bike riding.
I was training.
So I'm going to rely.
Well, hang on. There was a bit of a problem. We weren't 100% sure that we were going to be able to see the game. So I wasn't prepared to get up, not see the game, and then not train.
Yeah.
So
you chose.
In the end,
I made a choice.
Really
yes.
well. That ESPN 3 is excellent.
So for those out there, and this is actually good for those Australian Celtic supporters listening to this podcast. Obviously, if you subscribe to Celtic TV, those games aren't live. They are, however, they go up onto the site
2 hours.
2 hours later because
it's pathetic.
Which is pathetic. Let's talk about that for a second. What's going on there? Because that never used to be the case in the Champions League.
ESPN have the rights. Champions League have the rights. So TV don't have the rights to show it. I think that's how it works because it's on Sky News. It's on Sky 3 over there. It was, and it's on ESPN for all the other countries. So it's just TV the rights deal.
Yep. I'm imagining it'd be the same deal that Celtic can't put their own advertising around the ground.
Okay,
it's to do with that. So
there's been previous Champions League tournaments in which we've been in, and I thought that the games were live that we watched on Celtic TV. That must be a new thing.
Things may have changed last time we were in the Champions League.
I think that was 4 years ago. That's right.
It's been a while.
So instead, what we did was one of the guys from the Melbourne Jockstein Supporters Club let us know that you could watch it on ESPN3.com, which is an online thing. So those any Celtic supporters out there in Australia that subscribe to Foxtel, you can log on to your computers with your Foxtel username and password and actually watch it on that. And it works on iPads and iPhones. And
HD quality.
Yeah.
There was only one time it stuffed up, and that was to get the commentators in, which would prefer not to have them on because David Provan then came on and it all turned negative. But it only stuffed up once for the entire feed, and that was for 10 seconds.
The first 20 minutes without the commentators was really, really good. I got used to watching the game without commentary, and I sort of felt... Obviously, I wasn't there because I was actually lying in bed watching it, but it really felt like I was watching something that seemed to be... I seemed to be a bit more involved in the program, in the game, than actually having someone telling me... Like, I was watching the game and saying, well, I have to work out what the hell's going on, like you would normally if you're at Parkhead, as opposed to some bloke in a studio telling me what they think, which normally, as we've discovered, is always wrong anyway, because they're getting Charlie Mulgrew up with Victor Wanyama and stuff.
Well, that's reasonable. Yeah. But the first couple of minutes I watched with you, the quality was fantastic. I mean,
it was actually better. I was saying to the homeboys, I was saying if the next couple of games are, the Barcelona game will probably be on ESPN or even SBS, I wouldn't watch it on SBS because I don't want to listen to Craig Foster, Bermain Celtic, and the quality would be shithouse.
Yeah.
Whereas this was excellent quality. It was HD, and I would rather listen to Davey Provan than Craig Foster. That's a big call, but I prefer to do that.
The other thing is, when you start, like this time of the year, you watch Celtic at Celtic Park, a 3 o'clock kickoff. They just still haven't worked out the camera's ability to pick up the ball in the shade on the main stand, and then when it goes to the other side, it's too bright.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, actually, those black socks are coming in handy because you couldn't see the Celtic players because their strip just strobes into white.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you have HD, because that's down definition, which Setanta and Celtic TV use, and it's it's actually terrible quality compared to what it should be.
It's really bad.
I've obviously, I don't, with the new Balcony of Freedom, I don't get Setanta, so I've had to watch it on Celtic TV again, which is something I haven't done since the Adelaide days. And I was thinking in my head that the picture was going to be rubbish, but it actually isn't all that bad. But I do wish they would hurry up and update it to high definition. Like every other major sporting league that puts their games online, like it's particularly American sports like the NFL and the baseball and the basketball. It's all HD. It's great picture quality, and I just wish Celtic would. I know Celtic's different to a major, basketball association or something, but for the fans around there, how much is it these days? Is it £12, £15 a month to subscribe to Celtic TV for people overseas? Almost more than that. That's expensive, and I just think we should get better quality. And also, it's great that they've got it on Apples now. You can watch it on a Mac, but they just need to keep going with it and having it on iPads. And
if they improve that quality, people would flock to it. People wouldn't go to Setanta because the last 2 games, Setanta hasn't even showed the games. Not even live, hasn't actually even showed the games.
Right.
They showed Motherwell Aberdeen or something instead.
Yeah, on Sunday, yeah.
So there's a massive market for Celtic TV to extend to people like me and Dad and I who watch on Setanta. And the reason we do that is because we don't want to sit we don't like to sit on the in the office and watch it
on a computer.
And it buffers every 15 minutes. That's what we don't do.
Yeah. Anyway, so the Benfica game 0-0. Callum, you obviously watched it.
Yeah.
Did you think that was a fair result?
In the end, it probably was. We played really well in the first 20 minutes, and as I said on the homeboys, they seemed kind of more nervous and worried about the atmosphere compared to the Celtic players. And listening to Nealon's comments after the game, he said that a lot of the Celtic fans were, a lot of Celtic players were quite nervous before the game, but you wouldn't have thought that in the first probably 15-20 minutes.
No.
And they settled really quickly. And after the first 20 minutes, if you asked what the result you'd want, you'd say, well, we want 0-0.
Yeah.
But in the end, we probably should have maybe pinched a goal in the first 15-20 minutes. But after that, Benfica showed their class, and they've got some really, really good midfielders and really good players in that team. And they worked their way back into the game. And I mean, there wasn't many shots on target for our other team, and that was probably the only disappointing thing. But we played really well. Benfica are, I think, the 16th or 17th ranked side after the first round in their terms of their coefficiency, and Celtic is 60th.
Yeah.
And they reached the quarterfinals last year, so they're a really good team, really good side, and a big club. So we should be pretty happy with that, I would have thought.
The stats from the game: that 53% possession of Celtic. We had 3 attempts on target. They had 7, which I don't even recall them having 7 attempts on target. 9 corners to their 10, 15 fouls to their 20, and 3 yellow cards apiece.
I thought the referee was quite good.
I thought the referee was excellent.
Yeah, he at one stage when the goalkeeper, when we were actually probably the last 15 minutes, when we were pressing. And the goalkeeper went down after after a corner. Rogne touched him, but it wasn't a dirty challenge or anything. He just went up for the header, and the keeper was rolling around in pain. It was almost like the Seville guy, the Porto keeper that ended up rolling to halfway. And the referee didn't let any of the physios or anything on. Didn't treatment happen. Told him to get up, and he got up.
Yeah, he was great. I thought he was one of the better referees I've ever seen for a European fixture. He just did not give a rat's ass about the sort of carry-ons of the Latin teams. Scott Brown had a ripper of a game, and Wanyama had a ripper of a game. Those 2 guys are so important for us in European matches going forward, I think.
Wanyama we could build us the next Celtic side around him. He's only 20, and he just pushed away players. With his left or right arm, and he's so strong and just bossed the game with Scott Brown in the second half. Scott Brown was awesome.
It was a pretty boring game in the sense, like it was a battle of the midfield.
Yeah, it was boring.
There really wasn't many clear-cut chances, and if you're a neutral, you probably would have been bored out of your tits. But for a Celtic fan, you're obviously freaking out because it's your first Champions League game.
Well, that's obviously how SBS and Eurosport seen it, because when they showed the highlights of the package for all the games that played that night, the package they showed from Celtic was of them singing
that was it.
That was it. And they showed you the one corner where Ronya went up and headed it over the bar, and that was it.
Yeah, there really wasn't much to take from the game, actually.
I'm sure. I thought there must have been something more than that, but yeah.
The Forest penalty claim, did you think? No, I didn't either.
No, he needs to start spotting his feet a bit more, Forest.
Their penalty claim.
I can't remember.
Fraser absolutely calling up their guy. Like, if that was a game of footy, that would have you would have said, good hit.
He won the ball.
He won the ball. Like, he knocked the ball out of the way, and then he just came through and absolutely wiped him out.
Yeah, he won the ball.
Yeah. Even then, I would have watched the replay. I've gone.
The referee would have known that this is a team from Europe in terms of these players get down really easily.
Yeah.
And so so these referees, they're not Scottish referees, and they actually know what's going on. They know the rules, and they probably do. They do as much research as than probably any other players. They know how these types of players play. So there's a lot of diving on, and the referee didn't wave a lot of it on.
Going back to Forrest, he's getting a little bit of a reputation of doing that now,
and which is not good.
Not good in Scotland. So he's not going to get any of those results.
No.
And if a European referee can, pass by, then that's not good.
You mentioned, Frank, before the podcast, you're a bit worried about Izzy. And he didn't have a great game, I didn't think, against Benfica.
No, well, since he's been back from injury, he's neither defending well nor attacking well. Because he doesn't seem to have the confidence to go past people like he did when he was at his best. And he's not defending well. If you look at a lot of the goals we've leaked, most of them are coming through his side. So, he's not doing his job properly, and he's not providing that, that extra down the wing. So
yeah, I agree. If he's not going forward, and he's not a particularly great defender, what's he there for?
Yeah, and he's not overlapping at all. He's not providing a sort of an option for the guy in front of him.
And when he has been, on the few occasions he's done it, his crosses have been pretty horrible. So
supposedly he played a bit better. Not that I know. I've not ever seen it. Supposedly he played a bit better in the league in the Diddy Cup.
But he doesn't lose his ability. I would say we need to give him a steady run in the game. And I just noticed a couple of comments before saying that because he didn't play last night and Charlie Mulgrew was left back, and Charlie's a waste there, so can't see why.
They were saying that, and they made a good point in the Homeboys on Friday. They said it is a good point when Celtic, we're not playing well down the wings, so either Izzy's not playing particularly well or Forrest isn't playing particularly well. Who are we? Like, we don't really have much other options in terms of going forward, and that's why someone like Key would have been good for the Champions League, because he can pass the ball. And it's it's an interesting point that we don't seem to have many other options other than and the other thing was Hooper wasn't playing well bar last night. So if he's not holding the ball up, if Samaras is injured, we kind of devoid of options. And
playing Samaras too in that position he's starting to play left, that's sort of in Izzy's way a bit. So whether those two have to get on and work out what they're going to do, but. If Samaras is to play in that position, he needs all that space. So,
how far off is Sammy?
2 weeks, maybe a week.
He trained. Apparently, he trained with the squad.
Right.
He'd be dying to come back for the next Champions League game.
And Commons, I think, is starting to. I think Commons is. He's obviously not scoring a lot of goals, but. And he's
not for trying though.
No, yeah, exactly. Jesus, he's had a couple of cracking shots with like 50 out.
He almost scored.
He thinks he's playing Gaelic football.
He almost took the keeper.
Yeah, and I don't mind that, and I don't mind him. Like, I thought that even though there was a couple of times there where he lost possession, or he just mightn't have made the right pass, but he kept on presenting himself. I know it's a cliche Aussie rules kind of phrase to use, but he kept on getting stuck in. He's always there.
Was he front and centre?
Front and centre.
Hands up.
Yep.
One up, one down.
Yep. In even innings, and he kept on battling away, whereas a lesser player would sort of go, I'm having a howler, I'm just going to go hide in my shell. Like James Forrest did not have a very good game against Benfica, and then he didn't have a very good game against St Johnson either.
Well, you can tell the guys at Champions League class because they performed straight away, and there was probably three of them in particular and it was Wanyama, Scott Brown, and Commons.
Yeah.
Like, they are that class, and they can actually go into a team and play well. So
I was interested in, because I didn't see the game, I was watching on Twitter at work, and the end of the game, people were nervous, obviously, and they were sort of happy with the score. As soon as the game finished, they got that negative flow. People were going, we haven't scored at home, blah blah. And then we had the feedback from the coaches, feedback from the players, and they were all positive, obviously.
Yeah.
So then the flow started the other way.
Yeah.
And for the whole day, it went up and down, and it's, get real, guys. It's the same game. Everyone watched the same game.
Yeah.
We still come out with 1 point whether you thought it was a bad game, good game.
Yeah.
What I cannot believe, we talk about this a lot, but people left 10 minutes early. Just stay in your seat. I know you don't want to pay the guy £2 to protect your car. They do what our cousins used to do and run out 15 minutes early, so you don't have to pay the guy to,
Yeah.
But my God, just stay.
I know.
It's actually the most frustrating thing, I reckon. That and when the Green Brigade just do their boring bullshit chants.
Yeah.
Like, we love you, but come on.
The champions. Champions. It goes for like 8 hours. It's like the record player's stuck.
But why would you leave with 10 minutes to go of a Champions League game? 0-0.
I know. I just think that there is a certain... Like, if you think back historically to Celtic supporters, Celtic Park through the sort of 70s, 80s, let's not speak of the 90s, but, the stadium only held, like, I think, well, it was all a bit dubious because it was you walk through the gates and stuff, but it really only held kind of 50,000. And on average, I think that home crowd through the 80s was around sort of 30,000 a game. So I think our core support actually is probably 30,000, 35,000. Like these are the faithful through and through home. They'd all probably get away games if they, if push comes to shove, but they don't because they know they can't get tickets. But that's the core. That's the hard rump of the support. And then the rest, I think, when we build a new stadium, Fergus comes in, we build a new stadium, we sign Martin O'Neill, things really change. Celtic becomes cool. It's more comfortable to go to the football. So you're now attracting a different kind of person. More kids, more women, generally more families. And I think that sort of that component of the support takes you from sort of 35,000 up to 60,000. And I think it's that section of the support. There's the ones that are they're leaving. They're the ones that are leaving, basically. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think you can make them. Obviously, you can't make them stay, but I don't think that attitude's ever going to change. I think that's sort of. It's
a lot of money, though. It's a Champions League game. It's a lot of money. That's 90 minutes worth.
Yeah.
Having said that, can I just say that I was at a Cubs game a couple of weeks ago where the score was 6-4, the bottom of the 8th, and my sister-in-law convinced us that we should go now to beat the rush.
Yeah.
And Oreo scored 9 runs in the night. So, my biggest criticism of baseball is not enough action. Well, I missed a lot of action by leaving early. So
it's like the two
Ronnies
in the 99 Man City UCL. I didn't get that joke. In the 99, Man United won the Champions League, and the two bloody.
Oh, against Bayern Munich.
Yeah, and the two. Who was it? The last time they won the Champions League. Oh no, the next time they won it, but like
in 68.
Who was the book I was reading? And the two absolute, ex-club captain and the other striker or something.
Oh, right,
two old boys end up leaving with 5 minutes to go. That's when they scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
And they end up missing in the Champions League.
I can't remember who that was now.
I'm sure it was the last club. I don't want to say Bobby someone.
Bobby
Charlton.
Bobby Charlton.
I'm thinking Bobby Charlton. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Did he leave early?
They left just before injury time or something, or they went to extra time.
Yeah.
And they end up they end up hearing it on the radio on the way to the hotel.
Oh God.
So that's pretty funny.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? And historically, Celtic have been a team that does score late in games. Like the '88 season, centenary season, all through Gordon Strachan's tenure.
Yep.
The Gordon Strachan's team made a habit of scoring late.
That season when we actually won the league, there were out of the 36 games in the season, I think 14 or 15 of those games, we scored a winner on 14 occasions, we scored a winner in the last 5 minutes.
But I'll bet you there's home fans sitting there going, yeah, but most of those games are away. They hardly ever scored at home that late.
Yeah. We could talk about the Celtic 2 Dundee game on the weekend, but none of us watched it. Well,
I thought you were watching it because you were tweeting. You're just blind.
I came home and I was following it on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I didn't follow.
Well, we were hoping you seen it because Callum and I were trying to work out if that hoodoo black sock thing was still running. Because
do we wear the black
we didn't see the game, we don't know if they wore black socks or not.
I think we did wear black socks.
Okay.
Well, no, we definitely wore black socks this morning.
Okay.
Against Wraith, which we won 4-1. We'd talk about that game too, but we didn't watch it either.
Gary Hooper, welcome back to form.
So we could talk about...
We're all bitching about Gary Hooper going away to Dubai with Chris Commons.
Again?
We went away last week.
Why do they do that?
Because they want to play golf.
Yeah, and it's not far.
Because Scotland don't have really good golf courses. Dubai do. And we're all bitching about that going. And pretty much everyone that caught up said it was the wrong thing to do. Maybe he needed it. Maybe he could go to Dubai for a week.
I think that happened last year as well, didn't he?
They did, yeah. Him and Commons went to Dubai.
But they came back and he sort of... Maybe it's a special place. That's where he goes to get his mojo.
Yeah.
A golf course in Dubai.
Well, apparently Collins is never going back there because he lost his golf mojo.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lost a lot of cash, I think. Betting Hooper, yeah.
The life of a professional footballer.
Did you see the photo they set on Twitter? It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Commons has taken a photo of Hooper from behind, heading up the 18th. It's a magnificent shot.
Like the sky, the sky.
Beautiful. Beautiful fairway. And
Laura Brennan, one of the Celtic Twitter people, tweeted, on my week off, I'm going to Nando's. Chris Commons and Hooper's week off, they go to Dubai.
Yeah.
Good on them.
Right. So, this morning, nervous about that game?
Obviously not. No one got up to watch it.
I wasn't getting up to watch it at 4:45 in the morning. Get stuffed. It's only fair to fun the result today on Twitter as well. There was so much crap going on after the game. I don't know what's happening, but
there was a lot of crap going on during the game, but not about the game. It was about
what was the
something
crowd?
else.
14,000.
14,000.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and someone tweeted it was 14. The same amount of people didn't turn up to save Rangers.
Well, it's quite funny on Twitter. All these Celtic fans, I don't know why they do it on Twitter, but they do. They have to. Obviously, Rangers fan or Sedco fans are quite good at saying, well, we had the biggest attendance this week at any SPL game. So Celtic fans have got the last 5 games, and they've got all the attendances. And out of the 180,000 tickets that have been available to Celtic fans, we've sold 110,000 or something. Mm-hmm. And Sedco fans have sold 40,000 less than us. Uh-huh. And then another Celtic fan went, well, our 40,000 were there against Kilmarnock. We made £3.5 million from it, and Sedco only made £100,000. Wow. What would you prefer? I was like, don't worry about that.
Who really cares anymore?
Exactly right.
I don't even know where Sevco are on the ladder in the third division. I wouldn't know what the results they're kind of getting. I only heard third hand that they got knocked out of the Ramsey pub.
Well, because on Newsday you can't find them.
No.
So you can't even go to their what the latest follow are saying.
I'm loving their new nickname though. The Zombies.
Zombies.
That's great. I love it.
I did tweet though. I did tweet from the Rhebel Phodcast yesterday on eTims. The Sedco fans have set up a petition.
Right.
To stop the injustice of being
I read that.
Being a loyalist, being a Protestant in UK.
Yeah.
And they wanted all these people to sign up. I don't know what the petition was for.
A homogenous society.
And you actually have 3 of the people that have signed up. You can see everyone.
Yeah.
And they just got name Craigie White. Name no Huns in Scotland, just all these people, Celtic fans, and they promised to donate all this cash to the club, to the people. Yeah.
How long's Fat Sally got? Do you think?
Ticking time bomb, isn't it?
He's getting very tired, apparently.
He's weary.
Very, very weary.
He's weary.
Yep.
You'll be weary though.
So his mates will be weary about getting kicked out of every cup he's ever been in. That's some sort of record. That one is it 6 cups he's been kicked out of?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
He's got to be the luckiest manager of all time.
And that's saying something.
Because the club he did manage doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly right.
Well, he's lucky that they gave him another one.
Yeah. To stuff that one up.
They got Motherwell tonight. And Motherwell are favourites, but like
Motherwell, they'll be nervous. Because if they don't win,
I know
that will be
Where's it
embarrassing.
being played?
it's at the Death Star.
Oh, Jesus.
But it's someone, one of the Red on Need Thames or something. They were saying that Motherwell's track record against.
They haven't won at Ibrox since 1990.
Yeah, but it's a new club. No new records.
Mind
New
you,
baby.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Must keep vigilant about that. New records. Well, I'd like to think that.
How they do well. For Scotland.
That's it.
Who are we talking about now?
I don't know.
I want to see an upset. I want the Zombies to get
What was
through.
it? Someone tweeted the other day. Pierre van Hooijdonk. Someone tweeted. I'm going to stop this up, but it was a crack of it. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to try and find it. I don't want to say it wrong because it was worth it.
You know what I'll talk about? I was me and Dad watched the what did we watch? This is the 2011-2012 season review.
DVD, yeah.
How good was that?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And Tony Hamilton has really improved his editing skills because he produced that whole thing,
Oh, right.
which like in house. And at the end of the game,
Maybe it was Tony Mowbray then.
and at the end of the game, I'm sure Tony Mowbray's still on the payroll for Sonic because we still haven't paid him out from his disastrous 6 months in charge. We just kept him on the payroll, so we didn't have to pay him out.
He might be on an EBT.
Could be. Well, because at the end of the DVD, they said they were making all these little jibes to all the kind of the Rangers and what that club used to say, and they said something about the big house, and it was they did a really good job with that because Billy Connolly was the voiceover for it. It was really good though, and Key and Buddy Stokes played really well at the start of that season. They scored all those goals at the start.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was well done because they had that whole, the big game where 3-0 down half-time and Stokes pulled them out of that.
Exactly
So.
right. And they're the last Old Firm games ever, so that was quite good to see that again. What do you think about the new strip, Frankie boy?
I like the strip except for the socks.
Yeah, the socks. No, I'm talking about the white one.
There's new.
Oh, the new one.
The new one.
Oh, yeah,
The internal way.
that reminds me of a strip that one of the first strips that my dad showed me as an away strip, and he poo-pooed it at the time, and I still get that same.
Yeah.
I still think the same. It'll be okay, but it certainly looks like an old strip, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, as Sean Donnelly said to me at 2 a.m. after the Charlie and the Boys concert on Sunday when he called me up, Callum, I don't like it, but I'm going to buy it.
That basically sums it up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I've only bought the one strip, but Prefontaine, you bought the two. You're going to spend over $300 this year on strips.
I know, and that was me
Which is
saying.
ridiculous.
That was me saying I'm easing up on buying stuff from the Celtic Superstore online.
Well, that's ridiculous. I like the strip. I don't like the socks, the green and black socks. I don't like them. I think they should be white socks. And Sean made a good point. The cross is great, like it's green around like the background. It should be red. It was going to be the original.
Off the
strip.
original, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be the original. Like,
What colour are the shorts?
Black,
And what colour socks? Black.
green and black.
Right.
Looks funny, but I like it. I think it's a good idea. Pre, have you found your tweet yet?
No, I can't. It was.
Move on.
Yeah, I
You've
can't.
got a real dilemma, haven't you? Any superstore you go into, you just clean it out.
It's killing me. I went to the Notre Dame one.
You'll have to cut that on sports. That's your only
Yesterday.
option, really.
Did you actually buy that helmet?
No, I didn't. I really want to get the helmet though. I don't know why. Just because it's just.
So you can drive around Melbourne with it on.
Yeah, I'll
in
wear
your
it.
car.
I'll wear it everywhere.
That would be good, actually.
I know.
And you can put your Boston hat over the top of it.
Because it just says it's a beautiful gold dome, and it just says Irish at the front and Irish at the back with a big grill. I'd be great. I'd go into pubs and order beers with straws.
You'd ride on the tram with it.
Yeah.
You should get out of Bridgeton one day and wear that if you're ever in Scotland and just wear one of the pubs. Just wear it's like a grey shirt and blue jeans and just wear that hat.
Yeah.
Wear the big helmet.
Particularly if I explain to them why it's gold dome, because it's based off of the Basilica at the University of Notre Dame in South Bend, Indiana. and the official colours of Notre Dame are virginal blue, as in the Virgin Mary, and golden, golden cross or something like that. It's It's fantastic.
The new fans of Sevco are open-minded.
Yeah.
And they let everyone into the club. I was watching a DVD. I was watching two YouTube videos this week. Watching one about someone's cut all the Seville TV kind of reports into this one video. It's really good. So it kind of just shows all the like, you know, Scotland Today and BBC when they went to Seville during the week. And there's this one bloke who's absolutely blind, and for some reason all the reporters are doing.
We met him.
Yes, he was asleep.
Well, all the reporters are doing their reports, their live crosses in front of Celtic fans who've been drinking for 3 or 4 days. Yeah. And this one bloke goes, as there's kind of a lull in the news broadcast, he goes, "Thank you so much, Stacey, for last night. It was a brilliant night we had together." And he just goes red. And then the other one was they kept singing. What's the song? You'll be watching the bill while we're in Seville.
Yeah.
Let's go. No. And what's the no Huns in?
No, tell all the Huns you know.
Yeah, so I just kept singing this one song for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and that would really annoyed.
We'll be watching the bill.
That would really annoyed you as a Hun. And then one of the other videos I kind of stumbled across. They were interviewing these two Rangers. Well, they were Rangers supporters, and they were pub owners. And they went, and most Celtic fans would have seen this video, and they went, and it must have been a video BBC did about bigotry and sectarianism in Scotland. Yeah. And they went, no, we are bigoted, we're open-minded, we have a lot of non-Protestant friends. And then this one Celtic fan across the road sees them being interviewed and goes, hell, and they go, yeah, effing fiend, you bastard. and then his wife goes, oi, wrong camera. And he went, oh no, I'm sorry, but he's just a fiend and bastard. And then the reporter's gone, what? So what did he say to you? And he just went, hail.
And he was genuinely disgusted.
Oh, he was actually disgusted.
He yells at him.
Yeah.
Get the fuck, you fiend bastard. Oh, sorry. Like, it must have been...
Caught on camera.
Yeah. And the wife, are you in camera? What a stupid idiot.
And then she was like, bloody, that's a Celtic supporter right there, just trying to rile us up. Saying hail.
Oh no.
Good on him.
All right, let's turn our attention to the next two games, which are relatively important. I'm assuming top of the table clash. Where are we? Second or
third? I think. We're third.
Are we third?
We're third.
Oh God,
with a game in hand.
Okay, so we're a point behind Hibs, and we're 2 points behind Motherwell. So
I was lucky Motherwell drew last week. That was a big game Sunday night for us.
Who did they drop points against?
Aberdeen they drew with.
All right.
It was a good point for Aberdeen too.
Yeah, because they're 8th.
Yeah.
This is the first time I looked at the table this season. I didn't think I'd have to do that. I just assumed that, yeah.
The only time it's annoyed me is when I was looking at the Spanish table today, and I looked at bloody Barcelona. They're on top, 5 games, 15 points. Mm. And literally, Real are 7 points behind, I think, already.
Yeah.
And like 10 places between them, and so that's a horrible position to be in. But obviously, with our game in hand, it should be.
And we've had a lot of issues where what has changed a lot.
Yeah.
And if we want to blood, and we all want to blood youngsters, that's stuff. If you want these kids for the next 3 or 4 years to become, the next kind of core of Celtic, they're going to drop games.
You've got to try them. Yeah.
You've got to give them a go.
Although that game in hand is, I think it's against NN United, isn't it?
Our game in hand.
Yeah. Didn't they take points off the Zombies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a tough one.
And I heard that.
But I don't know why we're making this a big deal. Zombies are in 3rd division, so they're not a good team. They're a brand new club. They are a glorified pub team. That's what they are. So they should be beating the Motherwells of the world. Really. Let's have a really overpriced manager.
So what with the Spartak game on the 2nd? And having to travel to Spartak.
Is that a Wednesday night or is that Tuesday night?
It's a Wednesday, 3rd. 2 in the morning for us.
So that's Woo-hoo! Tuesday night then.
Oh God, I saw that in the diary.
Wednesday morning, 2 a.m.
That's a 2 a.m. kickoff.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I'm gonna watch it on Celtic TV.
It won't be on TV.
Oh, no, I'll watch it
on delay.
Yeah.
Someone was saying it wasn't actually on ESPN, but if it's on it will be on ESPN 3 because ESPN have the rights to show all the games, so it will be on that ESPN 3, which is the online channel.
The only chance we'll be on live will be when we play Barca.
On the TV,
yeah. I reckon we'll get both those games.
And we may get the last Spartak if it comes down to it. They might say this one's pretty close. So,
See me there.
And you'll be there.
Well, indeed.
so are you going to watch it on TV or are you
I
going
don't
to?
know. I might go to the pub or something.
Right.
So what kind of team would you play for the Motherwell game? And then keeping in mind that they've got to go travel to Moscow.
Well, would you play a guy like Samaras? Would you play Scott Brown? They gave Scott Brown a week off.
I wouldn't play Brown against Motherwell.
Okay.
I'd rest him.
I'd probably play Samaras.
If Joe Ledley's back,
Joe Lely is back.
I'd play him
And
Victor in the middle.
Burham Cole
Yeah.
apparently played pretty well last night too. So
Yeah, he has got a little bit of match fitness before the...
yeah, he needs as
before
much
the game.
games as possible.
Yeah, in fact, I'd definitely play him on Saturday. Saturday?
Yeah,
29th.
Sunday morning, 12 in the morning. Sunday.
All right. Yeah, so
It'll be a strong team.
what about the centre backs? What are we doing there? Like, are we playing Charlie there or not? We seem to be playing Charlie everywhere at the moment.
No, Charlie's seems to be the go-to man for the position that's not filled.
Yeah.
Because apparently Wilson played a blinder against Benfica,
He did play well.
He played really well.
and everyone's hoping that that's turned the corner. But
He played well because they made the right decision playing our two fastest players in the centre back positions in case one of them stuffed up. It was a clever idea.
Yeah, I don't feel so great about Lustig, and so I thought, all right, I'm really going to give this guy a go, and I'll really watch him properly, closely. And he actually didn't play that well. He didn't play that badly against Benfica either.
but he's another bloke who gets one game and gets injured. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think he's played half a dozen games in a row.
Is it what's his deal there? I mean, is our trainers just duff, or is it Lennox Town, or is it just luck?
Well, Lennox Town, ever since we moved to Lennox Town, there's been more injuries than when we were trying to...
I think you guys hit on the head a couple of podcasts a while ago when you were talking about the training at Olympic Park, and James Forrest was a really good example of how people should train as a professional.
Yeah.
When they jog around.
Yeah, walking.
I seen little Lasco around that track faster than that.
And that is not a lie.
That's not.
You actually have.
That was pathetic.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like their recovery is as good as what they have in the AFL, and we come back to that point. But me and Dad were watching Inside Liverpool or something. It's like a 6-part series on...
Yeah, I want to see
Did you
that.
see that?
It's really,
No, but I've been told about that because they were at Fenway when I was there.
Yes, that was on last night.
It was really good. But they were going through kind of the recovery for these guys. And it was interesting to see kind of how they do it. But it just seems like these, things like soft tissue injuries like the hamstrings and the calves and seem to take a lot longer in Scotland
To recover.
than they do in Australia.
I think part of it, I think definitely is the weather.
And the grounds are probably
I think you need to warm up, a lot better than you would in Australia.
But it is interesting. They should really look into that. Because we've had a spate of injuries. A lot of them have been, guys like McGeer, that was unfortunate and unseen.
Yeah, there's a twist of, and Samaras getting injured, come on as a sub for Greece, and then gets injured in the first couple minutes he's on. I mean, that's stuff like that you can't really foresee.
No.
And Joe Ledley had a really consistent year last year, so it was unusual to see him out, and obviously we missed him.
But
So
they're all coming back for the right time now,
Yeah.
right part of the season, aren't they? So that's a good thing, I guess.
So, I mean, if Ledley comes back, where are they going to play Charlie? Because if Izagiri's failing at left back, then Joe Ledley gets shoved back there.
Yeah. I definitely wouldn't. If for a Champions League game, I would not play. I'd have Joe Ledley right in the heart of the midfield.
I would put him in left back. I'd put Charlie Mogo. If you're going to put anyone in left back, it'd probably be him.
But apparently Charlie played really well in the front of the back four.
Yeah, I like that.
But that's where, I guess Victor can play
But
there as well.
the other problem is that we can't, I think we're okay we've got a glut of good defensive midfielders, but we don't have a box-to-box midfielder like a Stan Petrov that can really drive at players and cause problems. From our midfield, our attacking options really are on the wings, and if our wingers aren't, playing to what we expect them to, like they didn't really against Benfica. I think Forrest had a ordinary game, and then our creative side is really lacking, and it's very pedestrian. And then all of a sudden becomes the sort of the pass the ball from one side of the park to the other, and look for an opening against a defence that's now settled and marked and ready to go. And
I think that's where Scotty Brown comes in. He's the guy that ups the pace and definitely attacks that box with his right back behind him.
Yeah.
You know, if Matthews is on form,
Yeah.
he actually does the job well with between him and Scotty Brown. So
See, I don't mind if they just say to Commons, just go wherever you want.
Mm.
You know, just run at players. But do it far up the park, so if we lose possession, you know, it's not the end of the world.
That's why Samaras, you would have thought everyone would be saying this, but that's why Samaras is such a pivotal player for us in the Champions League, because he can absorb, you know, once we absorb the pressure and we finally get rid of the ball in the back four, we get to him and he can hold the ball up really well. So, and then run at players is very tricky. And on certain games he's unstoppable. So maybe he's another player, him and Chris Commons, that are that attacking flair that can really do some damage in European football.
Yeah.
and we haven't really seen enough of the new guys yet, have we?
No.
See nothing.
Well, I mean, that Miku guy.
He's probably had the most. He's had the most play time, but he's not really.
And tough couple of games to come in. I mean, Champions League's first game. That's tough,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, it was frustrating that Hooper was actually injured for that game, because I would have started with him. I just didn't think that Miku... Is it Miku? Miku? I don't know the pronounce what his name. But
What about the other guy, Louis or whatever he's?
I don't know half these guys.
How do you say that, guys?
And Ambrosi, is it?
Yeah.
Ambrosi.
Is it Zambrosi?
No, Ambrosi.
Ambrosi.
The name.
Ambrosi. He sounds like... what nationality is Ambrosi?
I thought it was a drink.
Well,
Some African nation.
because you know how the guy from Jamar Islamir, the guy that was responsible... I'm not laughing about this, by the way. Responsible for the Bali bombings. His name was Ambrose, or Ambrosi. And I've been calling this guy Ambrosi, and I don't know if I'm getting him muddled up with...
Like the Fox News
an Islamic terrorist.
It's like when the Fox News commentators got confused when Osama bin Laden died. And they kept saying Obama died. Obama's killed Obama.
That's it.
What's going on there?
Yeah, okay. So obviously we'll probably play one up front in Spartak, and I'm assuming that's going to be the Hooper man.
Yeah. Would you play Samaras that game then?
Or if he's fit, definitely.
Okay. So play him on the left midfield.
Yeah, I'd have...
Go give us the team.
okay, my team would be...
Simpson, Craig, and Gemmell.
my gag was... why can't I remember our second keeper's name? What is his name?
He played this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob Douglas.
No. Oh, Rheb Douglas... I can't believe he's still...
He saved a penalty. He saved Scott Brown's penalty.
I know, I still can't believe he's kicking around playing for Dundee.
The Bricky.
Yeah.
If only he could give one of those performances... Suppose he played really well. If only he could give one of those performances for someone.
Zalowski.
Lucas Zalowski. No.
Zarowski was the sort of...
Zalowski's not playing anymore.
He was
He,
a striker.
definitely wasn't a keeper.
Striker in the era.
Zaluka, isn't it?
Zalukas.
That was the old style.
Zalukas.
That was our other goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's the guy I'm talking about.
That's the guy I'm talking about.
This
Yeah,
morning.
what about him?
Oh, we couldn't remember his name.
I thought you were talking about like 967.
No.
With that.
Anyway, so I'd start off with Fraser.
That was Fallon.
Fraser Forster.
That's two.
Yep. 2 in goals.
Yeah, two.
There are certain players on our team that you have to say by their full name.
Because
E.G. J. Ludley. What? I don't know why you do.
well, I have to say Fraser Forster, otherwise because
Forrest.
I'll call him Forrest. Fraser Forrest.
Yes.
And then the centre backs, I would have
Charlie Mulgrew is another one.
I would have Calvin Wilson, Calvin Bloody Wilson, I'd play Charlie.
Instead of Ronye.
Yeah, I'd play Charlie, and I'd give Izzy another go, and Matthews.
At least Charlie can pass the ball out of defence.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. That's
Yeah.
I agree.
Because Ronye and Wilson have trouble
And
spotting the green and white strip.
and Rania gave me the shits after he went to the media bitching
Yeah,
around
it's
about.
sooky, wasn't it?
Yeah, like mate, you were where the hell were you before you signed with Celtic?
Mm.
No, literally, someone tell me where he was, because I had no idea.
Well, actually, when Forrest was doing his Suki Lala laps around Albert Park, Olympic Park, he was walking around the outside of the ground. He wasn't even fit to train inside. So
That's right.
He gets more injuries than...
Yeah, he does get a lot of injuries. He's really got a funny face as well.
He
He's got a really
has.
small head. It's like a chihuahua.
I think he got dropped as a child. And then I'd have 5 across the midfield, so I'd have Joe Ledley, the Kenyan Fenian, Scott Brown, Commons, and Sammy if he's fit. If not, then James Forrest. And then I'd have Hooper.
Frankie.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
I would as well. I think in the 11.
Now, the only reason I'd play Forrest potentially would be, I think I'd like to put Forrest against McGeady. Because you need someone fast on Aiden.
But
that's why you put
Forrest can't defend. Can't defend
That's a good point.
at all.
He
He can defend as well as McGee can.
Yeah, exactly right. I put Matthews on.
Well, that's all right, though. It negates each other.
I put Matthews on McGeady.
Right.
I put Matthews and Wilson on that side.
That'll be a horror show, that. God almighty.
Well, McGeady can't cross, as we all know.
Yeah.
He did one good cross in his 18 years at Celtics, so that's fine.
That was against Shakhtar Donetsk.
Was that
No,
another one?
that was a sign of the cross.
There was another one where he did a around the world. And
Oh, that was against
to
Aberdeen.
around the back post. And
Yeah. And
man, Scott
Scotty McDonald.
McDonald, yeah.
Yeah.
Fatty. He
Yeah.
knocked it in.
Callum, what team would you have?
I would be exactly the same.
Right, okay. And
I'd put Sunrise instead of Forest.
right. And predictions for both the Motherwell game and the...
Motherwell game, whatever. Champions League game, 4-0 to Celtic.
Depends how well Mother will recover from the big game tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, depends if it's a hack.
Because they may play their reserves tonight,
Yeah.
saving themselves for the weekend.
If we ever played Celtic,
I think...
would you just play our A's, wouldn't you?
What?
You'd play around a 16-girl team.
What kind of money would you put on? I wonder what Ladbrokes are offering for a potential match-up in a League Cup or a Scottish Cup between Celtic and Sepco. I reckon the chance it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen.
Guess what's going to be played? At Ibrox.
Yeah.
That'd be a right.
Well, we certainly won't be playing in the Ramsley pub.
What is that? Is that just a Division 3?
Ramsden Cup.
Yeah, and how come we can't play in it?
I want to play in it.
Yeah.
What about the Anglo?
Because apparently we have got our name on that. No, we haven't. We haven't got our name. That's the article saying it was their chance to put their name on a cup that we hadn't got our name on, and they stuffed that up.
Well, Alan Nicois did say that they were focusing on the league this year.
that was a stare. I actually read it on the tram and I laughed out loud.
But seriously, if they did win it, what name could they put on it?
Oh, it has to be Sepco Scotland
5366
5088 Limited.
Because that's how farcical this whole thing is.
I know.
Oh, Phil.
It's even more farcical the things that have come out that they said suppose they'll go to Division 1 if you were telling me this other day. Division 1 if they relinquish their titles.
Oh, the SPL cut them or offered a deal, which has now been taken off the table. That was a good article or blog by that Alex Thompson.
Yeah, he's good, isn't he?
Yeah. Because he's an English reporter that seems to have taken an interest in what's
I
going on.
hope he doesn't have his address anywhere, because
Ah,
his house would be...
yeah.
Supposedly Phil
McGillivan. McGilligutty.
Supposedly his books about Rangers, which was quite high on Amazon, started getting graffiti and stuff on the shop front, so that shopkeepers would take it down
Right.
because people would just knock it over.
Go on Amazon and go on... Because, when you go buy a book on Amazon, there's comments. There's a comment section where people will write... Normally they'll write genuine appraisals of the book. I found it an interesting book. I found it a bit preachy in some parts, but generally it's a good overview of the history of penguins in the South Atlantic, that kind of stuff. So it's always quite polite stuff. The people at Amazon must be reading the comments that are coming up on this, and it is freaking World War III on there. You Finnish bastard! I'll come over here and fucking cut your fucking teeth and your prick. It's just like just going at it. It's brilliant. I've stopped reading Twitter. I can't Phil McGillivan's fucking Amazon page for his book.
I don't know why people bother to comment on those things.
Is anyone going to bother buying it? Because if you've been reading his blog, I'm assuming that he's just basically cut and pasted his blog and stuck it into a book.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Probably not.
Right.
I don't want to read about them. I want to read about Celtic.
Yeah, exactly.
God bless us.
How are we doing there for time, young Callum?
We're right to wrap up.
we're right to wrap up.
We haven't spoken about nothing today.
We haven't. We do apologise to our listeners out there. We promise we will watch the games next time. It's just been really busy down in Australia lately.
Let's get all the other podcasts. I talk about it.
That's a rash promise.
You come to this podcast not to listen to the game, to hear about the game, because we don't know anything about football.
No, that's right.
Come here, listen, have some good times. Great classic hits.
Well, I'm disappointed because I got a haircut for this.
You did indeed. It's sharp, Frankie.
Sharp.
Don't forget, you can obviously subscribe to the Rhebel podcast two ways. One, you can go to our private website, which is theflack.com, or if you just Google the Flack, it'll come up the top of your Google search. Or you can go through our main family Celtic network, which is howhowmedia.com. And you can also download all the other podcasts from all the guys, so Homeboys, Lost Boys, Beyond the Waves, and Rhebel.
Cynic.
Yeah, I'm not going to name them all. There's a whole heap of them. They're all wonderful. It's a smorgasbord of Timdom online podcasting. And you can follow Callum at Donnas67. You can follow myself at Prefontaine67. And you can follow Frankie Boy
Giant_Celts
at Giant_8
Make sure you donate to the We Oscar Knox appeal.
Yep.
You get these funky blue wristbands.
Yep. To help We Oscar. What's the page?
I don't remember. It's if you type We, you go to the How website, and I'm pretty sure it's there.
Yeah.
And I'll put it on my Twitter tonight.
Yeah.
And Rhebel Twitter.
And I know that on the weekend at Parkhead, a lot of the players' wives and girlfriends.
They raised a truckload of money.
Yeah, they did. And that's fantastic. And it's good to see the club actually getting involved in some stuff that's actually coming through the grassroots support and getting on board.
And well done to Beyond the Waves that did a big charity training.
Yeah, which was also very successful. Other than that, final remarks, Callum?
Stay for the full 90 minutes, people.
Frankie?
That's a good advice. Very good.
Enjoy your week and good luck.
Thanks for the invite.
No worries. Thanks for coming on board.
No problems.
Always welcome. And how.
I drove my Sarsen through your garden last night. I kicked your front door down around at midnight. Something's telling me, boy, you're avoiding me. And when I find you, you will go for duty. 'Cause I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new flag jacket and a lovely khaki suit. When we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. We are the British Army and we're here to take your land. My good friend Bertie, he's in the UTR. With full weapons, he will go near or far. Up around by Kappa, you'd never find him there. 'Cause the only gun he'll get there is an Armalite in his ear. And I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new flag jacket and a lovely khaki suit. When we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. We are the British Army and we're here to take your land. My good friend Trevor, he's in the RUC. And now they've handed him his redundancy. The folks along the border won't be seeing him anymore. That provost sniper will be missing him for sure. And I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new flag jacket and a lovely khaki suit. When we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. We are the British Army and we're here to take your land. My good friend Nigel, he's in the SAS. He says a change is just as good as a rest. And now they've gone and posted him way down to Rossmaglen. He a chaise to blazes, he was back in jail again. And I got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I got a lovely new flag jacket and a lovely khaki suit. When we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. We are the British Army and we're here to take your land. My good friend Sammy, he's in the DUP. Outstanding member as all the world could see. I said go up to Donegal if you wanna have some fun. He said I'll take a run there if I have nothing on. I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new flag jacket and a lovely khaki suit. When we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. We are the British Army and we're here to take your land. My good friend Martha, she's a greenfinch, can't you see? And all the boys will say she's jolly good company. When she sees a Saracen, she hops on up inside. She says, don't worry boys, all I want is a ride. And I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new flag jacket and a lovely khaki suit. When we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. We are the British Army and we're here to take your land. My good friend Johnny, he's left the UDA. He said the LVF were better today. Now that he's assembled all the soldiers for the fight, he's got an appointment with his good mate Billy Wright. And I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new flag jacket and a lovely khaki suit. When we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. We are the British Army and we're here to take your land. I drove my Saracen through your garden last night. I kicked your front door down around at midnight. Something's telling me, boy, you're avoiding me. And when I find you, you will go for your tea. And I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new flag jacket and a lovely khaki suit. When we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. We are the British Army and we're here to take your land. We are the British Army and we're here to take your land.